College basketball from Morgantown, West Virginia. Welcome to the WVU Coliseum. The UMass Minutemen head down south to take on the West Virginia Mountaineers. Both squads looking to go 2-0 on the young season. Alongside West Virginia Hall of Famer Warren Baker, I'm Andrew Gritty. Thanks for joining us. Dominant wins for both teams in their first time out, but it's a battle of toughness you feel for this matchup.
It's going to be a very, very physical, aggressive game. It'll be interesting to see how both teams react.
And for West Virginia, a victory over Robert Morris, a dominant win against New Hampshire for the visiting Minutemen their last time out. For West Virginia, they are paced by Tucker DeVries, son of head coach Darren DeVries, who was lights out. He scored the first 8 points of the contest against RMU as West Virginia went up 21-zip.
I didn't know if he was going to miss a shot that night. Yeah, he really came out hot. Believe me, the Minutemen will know where he is tonight.
And same could be said for Rasul Diggins, the senior from Philadelphia. Over 100 points scored by UMass in the win against New Hampshire. He hit 8 3-pointers in that dominant display, career high 26.
He put on a clinic as well. The guy that came from UConn, and he's with their West Virginia will have to locate him as well.
It is the 43rd all-time meeting between West Virginia and UMass. It is the third season for head coach Frank Martin, who finished with 20 victories last year for UMass. And Angelica is with Darren DeVries.
Coach, obviously off to a hot start on Monday, but with the increased physicality tonight, what does a strong start look like against a UMass team?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's us being physical as well, making sure we do a good job on the glass and take care of the ball. Those are things we've talked about the last few days. We got to clean up as we head into this game.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angelica and Coach DeVries. WVU Coliseum is pumping. They are ready for the new era of West Virginia men's basketball. Mountaineers in the whites, UMass in the black. Game 2 of the season for both of these squads. 43rd all-time meeting. Opening tip is won by UMass as Abdelgawad wins it against Toby Okani, and we are underway. Second consecutive season that these teams meet, and a jump save here for UMass as they get active early. Victory for the Minutemen last year by a margin of 8 points. That one's tipped out of bounds by the active hands of Toby Okani, knocking it away from Malek Abdelgawad.
Yeah, both teams are going to start in man-to-man, and again, you'll see a lot of really, really aggressive play.
87-79 win against WVU for the Minutemen last season, but for both of these teams, almost everything is different. Diggins, the 3-ball, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, and that's what West Virginia's got to worry about. UMass 2-0.
They are big, and West Virginia, that's going to be something that they have to concentrate on all year.
Here's the starting 5 for West Virginia. Small, Harris, Okani, DeVries, and Hansberry unchanged from the Robert Morris game back on Monday. Harris to the corner now for Toby Okani, who finished in double figures in the win against the Colonials. Okani, nice touch, and we're tied at 2.
Yeah, Okani does a great job of getting good position. He can go down low, and he likes that little fall-away jumper.
Mountaineers put up 87 points against Robert Morris back on Monday. And the Minutemen will look to get inside again. Abdelgawad poked loose by Hansberry, and DeVries picks it up. Good interior defense, but a giveaway. And here's Rivera working on DeVries. He goes up and over, and it's 4-2. Quick transition bucket. They like to do it big, but overall keys to the game for the Minutemen.
Well, with the Minutemen, embrace the environment. This is going to get them ready for A-10 play and be physical and aggressive, and that's what a Frank Martin team brings to the table.
Javon Small, transfer from Oklahoma State, will try and put the strings here at point guard for West Virginia. Okani kicked it out. Hansberry for 3, no good. Offensive rebound, West Virginia. Mountaineers box out their big, part of their game plan.
Yeah, West Virginia has to match their toughness. I know they're going to be aggressive, but how tough can they be? And then they must box out. We already saw one put back, and they have to get the boards.
Hankins Sanford. Handoff now to Rivera, the senior from Puerto Rico. To the point guard, Curry. Nice jump pass and find, but his foot on the line. Out of bounds, Hankins Sanford, the junior from Charlotte, Mountaineer ball.
You know, with Curry, they need to force him to the right. He's a lefty, and that's what he wants to do, but he has that first quick step. Make him go to his right.
Bright future for Jalen Curry, A-10 All-Rookie team last season. Again, for a Frank Martin team, finished 11-7 in Atlantic 10 play and recorded 20 wins. First time they reached that 20-win mark at UMass in a decade. DeVries with the Mountaineers trailing by 2 early on. Drive now from Hansberry, got the look, and can't touch it in. before UMass finally corrals that rebound. Pace to this game already. Rivera stopped there momentarily by O'Connor. Diggins, who had the hot hand against New Hampshire. Right in front of the West Virginia bench. Rivera hemmed in there by O'Connor. Whistle and a travel against Abdul Goad, 6'10" senior from Egypt.
Defensive possessions are going to be huge. West Virginia with good help defense. Hansberry with 2 plays. Good help, first of all, then getting back and making the strip.
Because West Virginia's offensive approach different from what they did against Robert Morris philosophically?
No, I don't think so. The thing is, they're just going up against a more aggressive defense than they saw with Robert Morris.
Sure. UMass been active. Harris knocks down the man, no call. Corner 3 open for the lead. O'Connor no good. DeVries tried to grab the rebound. Swiped that by Hansberry. Ball loose and a foul call to Mountaineers with 16:40 to go here in the first.
O'Connor had a good look. It was good ball movement. He just couldn't get it to drop.
They will get Toby O'Connor. That'll be the first personal.
Andrew, I think this is a really, really good game for the Mountaineers as they prepare in the non-conference for Big 12 play.
Curry with some high ball screens, pulls up, tough shot made, and Jalen Curry over the top of the hand. He's coming off a 9-point performance against New Hampshire, and it's an extended UMass lead of 6-2. Tucker DeVries, who had 18, threw it undernight. And O'Connor goes up strong. That'll make it a 2-point game.
Tucker DeVries with a tremendous pass inside. Got it front at the right angle right there, and O'Connor was able to get it up easily.
Abdul Goad pinned on the backboard. And here's a rush for West Virginia. DeVries, small, up and 1. We are tied at 6, and West Virginia in transition ties the game. It's an and 1 free throw for the West Virginia lead. When we come back, Tucker DeVries, good vision, good finish from small. He's at the line when we come. Tied at 6 at the first media timeout between West Virginia and UMass. Angelica Trinone has more on the West Virginia Mountaineers. Angelica?
Well, Andrew, when it comes to physicality, Coach DeVries says he wants his team to be talked about in the same way a Frank Martin team is talked about whenever it comes to that area. He wants that to be his program's identity. He says it's a mindset, it's a natural skill, it's something that you can't teach, even though he has tried to teach it maybe a time or two before. Whenever he was at Creighton, he said they actually got some helmets and some pads, brought him to practice to help his team with physicality. But here's the kicker. Creighton didn't have a football team, so they had to enlist the help of Nebraska Omaha in order to get those pads to bring the physicality to the court.
Thank you, Angelica. Yeah, and according to Coach DeVries, maybe a little bit more left at Creighton that were never returned. So someone look at the equipment room. Coach Frank Martin looks on. Here's his resume. And all across the country, has some Big 12 experience. Spent a long time at South Carolina before heading to UMass. But a great season, his best season last year, Vic.
Yeah, they led the A10 in scoring last year. And, of course, Frank Martin took South Carolina to the Final Four. So he knows how to coach and how to get around these things.
Yeah, no question. And 1 good for Javon Small, 7-6 West Virginia. Thanks for joining us on ESPN+. UMass has turned the ball over 3 times already. And more on what Angelica had to say. Can't get out-toughed. That's the message from both of these coaches. Sincere Harris on the defensive end for the Mountaineers, watching Rivera, and Harris will be called for a foul. And he's fired up. West Virginia, Coach DeVries, know that Sincere Harris is their best on-ball defender. He wants that assignment every night.
A lot of bumping inside. The officials let the first one go and then said, no, that was a little bit too much.
Bumping and banging underneath as this one's inbounded by UMass. They'll run their set. Small on Curry. Diggins closed out by Harris, and that'll be his assignment for the majority of the night. Diggins accelerates through traffic. Loose ball and controlled by Eduardo Andre.
Good help defense inside. West Virginia doing the right thing. Make Diggins put it on the floor because he's such a dynamic outside shooter.
DeVries to Javon Small to Andre. Makes sense to get him out here, Bake. West Virginia wants to match some of that size and strength.
Sure.
Okani up, put back, there he is. And Andre makes it 9-6 West Virginia.
That can't make Frank Martin happy. There was no box out at all.
And a response on the other end. Follow-up slam by Shaheed Muhammad, the junior from Queens.
I'll tell you what, they have length. They blocked 8 shots in the last ball game that they played against New Hampshire, so they will get the ball up and then block it if you're not careful.
DeVries, screen comes from Andre. Mountaineers by 1. He'll go all the way and smothered there and fouled. He went up against 3 players and will shoot 2. Well, you know the attention that Tucker DeVries draws. You see it there.
Well, you know what? UMass is doing the same thing to him that West Virginia is trying to do to Diggins. We're not going to let you have that thing outside. Come inside and get it up if you can, but we're not going to let you sit outside and just, perch up and fire up threes.
Tucker DeVries at the line here for the Mountaineers, 6'7", 220. 18 points, 4 rebounds against Robert Morris, and a rare free throw miss from Tucker. Stayed a 1-point game, 9-8. Got some changes coming into the contest for the Mountaineers. Jonathan Powell and KJ Tenner in for Sincere Harris and Toby Okani.
Well, 2 freshmen coming in, and Coach DeVries is interested to see how these guys react to this type of physicality they're going to see tonight.
Jingay has checked in for the Minutemen as DeVries goes 1 of 2 from the line.
The Minutemen are not only big, they're really deep as well.
Yes. Akeel Watson is in the game, 6'9" freshman. He's 23 in black. 10-8, West Virginia by 2 here. Almost played 6 full minutes. Nice swipe there from DeVries for the West Virginia steal. They'll try and move the ball up quickly. KJ Tenner, the freshman, had a really good game against Robert Morris. Goes up and floats it in. No fear whatsoever for the young kid, Bake.
None whatsoever. The last ball game against Robert Morris, we said, he doesn't look like a freshman, and now he comes right in. Mr. Basketball in Tennessee.
That's right, Memphis native in double figures in the season opener for the Mountaineers. Watson, long 2, contested 2, no good, and an offensive foul will give West Virginia the ball. Illegal there from Shaheed Muhammad, boxing out strong.
Coach DeVries has to be happy what he's seen thus far with the rebounding. They knew it was going to be a big chore. This is a big ball club, but they have held their own here early.
Yeah, West Virginia's got the advantage, 5-4 so far. Offensive rebounds, 2-2. Baker, the rebounding numbers enough to determine which team is tougher?
Not necessarily which team is tougher.
DeVries fouled, and he'll shoot 3 free throws.
It helps, but rebounding a lot is just desire, wanting to get it done. You don't have to have a lot of talent to be a good rebounder. So, but yeah, the toughness certainly helps when it comes to that.
DeVries to the line here for West Virginia, 1 of 2. His last time up. Mountaineers starting to find their feel on the offensive end. They've made 4 of their last 5 field goals. And first one up from DeVries, zipping in. Had the 4-point play opportunity against Robert Morris.
Yeah.
Made a 3 from the far corner and was fouled.
That has to have Frank Martin steaming. You know DeVries is going to get some points, but you certainly don't want to foul him on a 3-point shot. If he hits it, he hits it.
Shooters roll there for DeVries. Rivera is back in for the Minutemen. And for the first time, Marquis Worthy, sophomore from Anaheim, is in, and Javon Small will get a break. Joseph Yesufu for the Mountaineers is in, senior from Illinois. Yesufu still getting healthy from a hip injury. And DeVries makes all 3 free throws. Mountaineers have their largest lead of the game, 15-8, 13:25 to go first half. Tenner's got the assignment now on Diggins, Bake. And a foul on Tenner, over-aggressive from the freshman who had his number before, got a little aggressive.
Well, I'll tell you what, Diggins is not being able to do what he did against New Hampshire. He had open looks all day. Well, you can see West Virginia doesn't want to give him those.
Yeah, Diggins, who had 15 against West Virginia last year, 26 against New Hampshire in the opener. For 3, strong rebound Yesufu, but immediately swarmed there by Minutemen defenders and will have to use his poise to stay ahead. And he'll take it to the basket and be fouled. They cross that plane over the top on Yesufu, who will shoot.
Like the way West Virginia is attacking the basket. They are going right at the much bigger Minutemen inside.
Muhammad will pick up his second personal. So Shaheed Muhammad at 6'10", early foul trouble. And Frank Martin goes back to the bench here to Abdelgawad, who will replace him. First free throw good from Yesufu. Bake, it's been a methodical 14-2 run here for West Virginia. Over the last 3 minutes, 16-8, Mountaineers have doubled them up. And making their free throws in this span.
Yes, West Virginia's kind of settled in and said, okay, this is what we're going to expect now. So
7 of West Virginia's 17 points coming from the free throw line. They're 7 of 8. Underneath, knocked loose. And it's a tie-up before it squirts loose. Picked up there by Worthy. Abdelgawad drives on DeVries, strong into the West Virginia defender, and it's a foul on DeVries, a blocking call. With 12:38 to go.
Yep, Darren DeVries does not like it. He probably was inside the arc just now.
A good look here on the scrum for the ball. Andre and Worthy involved. We'll see it coming right down the pipe.
No, I don't really think that Tucker really had good position just now.
Sure. First free throw from Abdelgawad, good.
It was outside of the arc, but I don't think that Tucker really had great position to get that. No, I think that was a correct call.
DeVries and Andre, in the meantime, go to the bench. O'Conney and Hansberry back in. Both teams not afraid to utilize the depth of their personnel.
No,
here,
they're not.
Mountaineers by 7. Different looking lineup for both squads. As KJ Tenner here. Well, as a freshman, every game is his next biggest game from this point on, but he's looking good so far. And O'Conney out to Tenner. Screen from Hansberry, look for Powell. Free ball strong, rebound Abdelgawad. And then for Jalen Curry.
Jonathan Powell was not set at all when he let that go. That was just a rush shot.
Curry mid-range, no good. Another offensive board there for the Minutemen. And a fresh possession.
Got a mismatch inside. Tenner on side. Yep, they
go to it there, but that
they tried
pass
to
was...
go forward, but they didn't get the execution.
Yep. Deflected off the rim here. Tenner, crossover. Foul. And that one is tipped out of play. It'll stay with West Virginia. Worthy with the active hands. Mountaineers by 7. They've got the lead here as West Virginia at home looking to turn defense into offense. DeVries to Tenner. And the rest is history. West Virginia by 7 on ESPN+. 7 as we welcome you back to the WVU Coliseum. Andrew Critty, Warren Baker with you. It seems like the only way is up for the UMass Minutemen under head coach Frank Martin Bake. A lot of encouraging numbers, especially last year. They lead the A-10 in scoring in conference games. They get to the 20-win mark. They win 11 conference games on the way up. But again, a lot of new faces on this team as well.
Well, yeah, he lost his 2 top scorers, but he's replaced them there, and they're going to be good. Frank has a way of recruiting good kids, and he's going to continue to do it.
And Matt Cross to SMU and Josh Cohen to USC. So replacing that production, not easy. West Virginia, of course, replacing 2.8% of its scoring from last season in Ofri Neve. Steal here by the Mountaineers, Javon Small. And then to Powell, good look this time. He was set and he made it.
Yep. Much better that time. Got his feet set, did not rush the shot. Give Javon Small a lot of credit. The steal and then hitting the open man for the shot.
That's the first 3 of the game for either team. Powell hit 3 of them against Robert Morris on Monday. Push-up floater, no good. Rebound by O'Conney. Mountaineers by 10. 11 minutes to go, first half. Small, contested and fouled. That's the second time that West Virginia is fouled on a 3-point shot. It is Small who will shoot 3. And again, more defense to offense, Bake, for West Virginia.
Yeah, good anticipation by Javon Small. And you can see right there that Powell was ready to shoot. He was cocked and ready. As soon as that ball hit his hands, he let it go. That's what you like to see out of a shooter. No hesitation.
A quarter of West Virginia's points have come off of turnovers. 5 of the 20. Small at the line. Bake, I guess, I know we talk about a physical game and talk about a high-energy game. Free throws usually.
Yes. You've got to cash those in. And I know Frank Martin is theming having fouled 2 different guys on three-point shots.
Sincere Harris checks back in for the Mountaineers.
12-point advantage for the Mountaineers. Sincere Harris is back in. Diggins returns as well, leading scorer on the season for UMass. It was Watson's first foul, and all 3 free throws made for West Virginia's Javon Small. Over midcourt, Curry. Frank Martin seemingly frustrated the lack of movement and motion here from his offense. Abdul-Goad threw it underneath, almost went in, and rebounded by O'Kane.
I know it was a pass, but I'm sure that'll go down as a shot. It hit the rim.
West Virginia with a man advantage. Hansberry follows it up as Hankins Sanford was late to get back to the play. 25-10, and West Virginia by 15, their largest lead of the game.
Boy, West Virginia following up all the shots. They're getting a lot of them when they're missed.
Underneath, good find. And the finish there for Jalen Curry. That'll end an 8-0 run for West Virginia over the last minute.
Well, when teams pressure you, one of the ways that you alleviate that is go back door. Nice cut by Curry.
And Minutemen grab the board. That was the first field goal for UMass in over 4 minutes, Bake. Last field goal was 14:44. Rivera matches up with a freshman Powell, and Rivera uses his size but can't finish. Abdul-Goad the offensive board, and they lost Curry, who heads to the basket and scores it. And Coach DeVries wants a timeout here for the Mountaineers. Another offensive rebound here for the Minutemen. They have totaled 4 in the game.
Well, this was something that you knew would be a problem for West Virginia, and again, that offensive rebound leading directly to Curry on a nice cut to the basket.
The team stats so far, West Virginia has scored 10 of its 25 points from the free throw line, 47% from the field. UMass is just 35% shooting. You look at the rebounding battle, neck and neck, 10-9 Mountaineers.
Yep.
So time for both of these squads to take advantage here.
I think Darren DeVries said, you know, we've been doing a great job, did not box up this down, let's not start, you know, being and lacking here, you know?
Yep, and West Virginia will be under head coach Darren DeVries for his first and their first backyard brawl versus Pitt next week. That is the 191st version of the backyard brawl. It happens 9 o'clock. You can catch that streaming on ACC Network, and you're able to watch the brawl on ACC Network Extra, cable, satellite, or streaming service. Harris, oh, good find for Hansberry. He got away from him.
That was, he threaded the needle with that pass, and Amani just couldn't handle it.
Yep. West Virginia by 11 here. Curry's got 6 points here for the Minutemen. Point guard leading all scores for UMass. Rivera going to work here on O'Kane. They're trying to get inside on that paint again. They up. And a foul on O'Kane. 2 free throws coming up for UMass.
Rivera was determined to shoot this. Oh, boy.
A little hard done there for West Virginia.
Yeah, that was a tough foul.
Daniel Rivera.
Wow. O'Kane tried to go straight up, but sometimes when you're aggressive on the offensive end and you go into the player, even though the defense might go straight up. If there's contact, you're going to draw that foul.
Rivera sinks his first. Powell and Watson back in. Okani out, along with Malek Abdul-Gowad. Like, it's not a surprise that UMass wants to get inside. 60% of their points against New Hampshire came in the paint.
In the paint, yes. And with that size, you can understand that.
At 30 shot attempts from in the paint and hit an 87% clip. Small off the screen. Found the space, goes all the way. And the follow-up slam from Hansberry. Mountaineers by 11 as Hansberry cleans it up. 8:30 mark here in our first half. See if Diggins can get involved here for UMass. West Virginia has done a nice job.
They've done a great job on him.
Diggins so far without a point. Watson fouled by Powell. And that'll be a 6th team foul on West Virginia. Going back to that last bucket, Bake. Javon Small found the space.
Yeah, Javon Small, you know, using his body, he gets inside, he can do that. And that way, there was no box out at all on Hansberry. But again, Javon Small made all of that happening by his penetration.
Active hands from DeVries. Watson somehow keeps a piece of it, and he'll kick it out. Turn, shoot, score from 7 feet. Hankin Sanford on the make, because that one is tipped out of bounds, and it will belong to UMass. 9-point West Virginia lead with 8 minutes to go, being cut into here by the Minutemen.
Yeah, one of the few mistakes Javon Small has made. That was too far across the court. He knows it too. You can see him kind of letting the players know, hey, my bad.
Bake, we're halfway through the first half and then some. Know that there will be lulls on the offensive side for West Virginia.
Sure.
With the newness of all these players coming together.
And a defensive team like UMass has.
True. Curry up and Curry continues his good first half. He's got 8, and it's a 7-point game. Well, you got DeVries and Tenor to reverse the offensive fortunes for West Virginia. Backdoor cut sealed off there. DeVries pulls the trigger. No good. Hansberry fights for the rebound, but it's pulled down by UMass. Curry. Screen high from Hankin Sanford. And here's a three from Watson, no good. Rebound DeVries. Powell, long three. Off the back iron and chased down by Tenor. He'll pull up from the foul line. That was tipped. And a jump save keeps possession of UMass.
Boy, Powell had a nice look just now. Couldn't get it to drop.
Jalen Curry, the sophomore from Charlotte. Now Rivera. Diggins had it tipped away by Sincere Harris. And Harris all the way to the bucket. Nice layup finish. He got the spin.
Great defensive play and then a great finish.
Mountaineers, of course, their 6th turnover of the game. Hankin Sanford to Rivera. Rivera baseline, bumped there by Powell. 2 free throws coming up as Powell again got beat down the baseline. West Virginia 29, UMass 20. 9-point game as both teams going back and forth here. That finish much needed by Curry, who's got 8. We're back after this on ESPN+. Mountaineers by 9 at the 6:23 mark of the first half. Statue of Hot Rod Hundley and Hot Rod himself. Pretty proud, I'm sure he would be, of this steal and score, and especially the finish for West Virginia guard Sincere Harris.
Well, Sincere Harris takes pride in his defense, and he comes and says, you know what? I can also score.
The spin and score, and Angelica Trinone has more on Harris and the Mountaineers.
Sincere Harris takes great pride in his defense. He says taking on the team's best player is something that motivates him, and he has a passion for guarding the basketball. However, that wasn't maybe always the case. He said his sophomore year in high school, he really needed work on his defense. They made him do the Kobe drill. He had to guard every player on the team. team full court every day after practice. He said while it was a struggle for the first few days, it then became natural and it fueled him to want to guard anyone at any level. And hey, while his name is Sincere, maybe his nickname can be described for how he plays on the defensive end. He says his nickname is Buck. He got that as a child for being, well, Buck Wild.
You learn something every day.
Yeah.
I like that.
We had heard that it was because he was a Buckeye, but no, we know the real thing. Had to go to mom and the family to find out exactly where that came from, but it certainly fits.
Yeah, disconcerting signals on that one. It could be both, but I like Angelica's better. Next free throw missed as we return to the action here. Eduardo Andres out there for West Virginia. Abdul Goad also returns. That'll be a matchup underneath the basket. Big, the three-point shot has not been a factor in this game. West Virginia 1 of 7, UMass just 0 of 5. Really been a lot of interior scoring.
Well, too much aggressive defense on the perimeter.
And here is Harris. Oh, nice find. Yesufu. Yes!
Joseph Yesufu.
You know, Harris with a steal and a layup and now an assist.
That was incredibly crisp. DeVries, the anticipation, can't keep it in. Had a steal and slam in the opener.
Marquis Worthy.
Not that time.
Lincoln Sanford. Check in for UMass.
He'll think about that tonight after the game's over. Are you kidding me?
Hankins Sanford returns for the Minutemen.
You know, you look at Diggins and Curry, and I was talking to Frank Martin, and the one thing he said was when they were practicing, he wouldn't let those guys be on the same team. He made them go against each other every day, and it improved both of them.
Iron sharpens iron, especially for those agile finesse types with a scoring touch. Rivera, size advantage there on Yesufu. He'll try and use it with a screen. And here's Diggins, good look. Not that time.
He rushed that like Jonathan Powell did his first shot. But right now, I think that Buck is in his head a little bit.
And Diggins scoreless so far through the first almost 15 minutes. Javon Small at point guard here for West Virginia. Small with 6 in the game so far. He'll accelerate down the baseline. Pass tipped. Worthy. It belongs to West touch at last. And Frank Martin had a great look at that one.
Yes, he did. And he certainly didn't agree with it.
Toby O'Connor checks in for the Mountaineers.
O'Connor returns here to replace Yesufu. Mountaineers with more size on that switch. Small for Andre. The return, Javon Small up. Can't finish the reverse that time, ran out of time. And here is Diggins. I'll run the oop. And the reverse too strong. Rebound squirts loose, and it's off a Mountaineer. And staying with the Minutemen.
You know, I think Darren DeVries will take that. 2 Mountaineers were fighting for that rebound just now. It went out of bounds. But you'd rather see that happen than letting them get the ball and stick it back in.
Rebounding advantage, 14-12, West Virginia. With the offensive glass, a 5-4 advantage for the hosts. 4:48 mark, first half. Final quarter of the first half. 32-21 Mountaineers. Nice spin. Off the iron. And we'll try and throw it off Harris. Excellent execution there from Daniel Rivera to recognize the situation.
Yes, he did. Harris tried to jump out of the way.
I thought he was getting it.
I think he was too.
Almost between the legs. And Watson replaces Abdul Goad.
Both teams have gone deep into the bench, and that's good to see because both teams are going to need that type of effort all year long.
Minutemen without a field goal in the last 3 minutes plus. Harris all over Diggins. And they'll get Harris for a foul.
Whoa.
That's his second.
Darren DeVries did not like that at all.
Well, you be the judge. Active hands there for Harris. No. Not there.
The way that this game has been physical, a lot of that needs to let that go. You know, don't call a foul on something like that when Harris is giving the referee a little bit, trying to get an explanation.
One and one for Harris. He sinks the first on West Virginia's 8th team foul. So finally on the board.
Well, yeah, a couple of things here. Harris is out of the game now, and Diggins is at the foul line. Guys who can shoot and score in bunches sometimes get jump-started at the foul line. The Mountaineers hope that that doesn't happen.
Indeed. Hey, look, a long scope on this game. You need Diggins to be activated if you want a chance to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Returning is Curry. He's had a nice game so far with 8.
You know, Curry scored tonight. Last ball game, he didn't score. He had 12 assists against New Hampshire. So the guy does a little bit of everything.
Look out. Andre, 6'11", down the lane, the Euro. Can't get the roll.
Nice move by a guy that size.
Curry, for double figures,
Wow.
He's got the hot hand. 6-point West Virginia lead. KJ Tenner running the point here. Two talented guards with Tenner and Small out there. DeVries, good!
Way too much room to have a guy like that type of a look. Frank Martin just kind of shakes his head and says, I told you guys we can't give him looks like that.
First 3 of the game for Tucker DeVries. He's got 7 points. Watson, the oop. Threw it under and threw it away. Small ahead for the Mountaineers, but UMass is back. Powell gets by his man, gets the jump, and gets the score.
Well, nice body control.
West Virginia back to up 11. DeVries after it. Watson on the floor. And a foul on Tenner.
Oh, my goodness.
With 3 minutes to go in half number 1. We said it was going to be physical.
And it is.
Has lived up to expectations. Final frame of the first half when we come back. Mountaineers up. West Virginia leads by 11. Final 3 minutes and change of the first half we played. We're going to revisit that last sequence that saw a foul call on West Virginia. Bake, a lot going on this sequence. A lot of physical activity.
You know, poor KJ Tenner was just standing there really, you know. In a game like this where there's a lot of aggressive play, there are some things that you just don't call. You let it go, you know, unless there's something flagrant or, you know, it's so obvious, then you call it. But when two teams are going at it like they're going at it right now, kind of let this thing go.
Yeah, to that point, you get a Big 12 team, and you get a Frank Martin team, and your officiating crew, who is assigned to this game. It's going to be a challenge for the second game of the season. Everybody's trying to get...
Well, you know, made the comment last time, we have a lot of the Pac-12 officials coming because the Pac-12 is no longer basically, so those guys will have to catch up to speed with the way that this, you know, these leagues play.
Sure, they'll learn.
The Pac-12 was known as somewhat of a soft conference, so we'll see, you know.
Well, they had a Big 10. 10-point game. And Curry makes them both. He is the game's leading scorer with 13.
UMass will press. They'll get some here man-to-man. They do a little bit of 2-2-1, but we have not seen that.
Small has 6 for West Virginia. DeVries open. Pulls up. And the rebound yanked down by Hankins Sanford. Diggins. Hankins Sanford. And they are feeding Curry now. 10 on the shot clock for Diggins. Garen Gomba into the game for the first time. Diggins around Yesufu. Lost it. And that's another turnover by the Minutemen, forced by West Virginia. DeVries. Pass tipped. Ball loose. UMass in control. Rivera tries to split two, and Small takes it away. DeVries down the pipe. Finds Yesufu, who finds Small. Bang!
Excellent ball movement by West Virginia. That's that unselfish play that you like to see.
Poetry in motion by the West Virginia defense and offense. Mountaineers by 12. Diggins, that's aggressive. In and out rebound.
Yeah. Yesufu made that shot tough.
Yep. 90 seconds to go in half number one. DeVries all the way. No call, rebound, Hankin Sanford. Curry, will he go in transition here? Nope, slows it down and finds Rivera. Small pokes it loose. Cutting to the basket, Powell. Powell all the way, lays it up and in.
What a nice little spin shot. And Frank Martin says, let's hold it.
Timeout UMass.
Very seldom did you see a coach call one with a minute, 4 seconds left in the half, but he sees things getting away from him a little bit.
West Virginia has forced 11 turnovers, and off of those turnovers, 14-6 the West Virginia advantage. They have turned the defense into offense, and most importantly, from transition sequences there.
Yep. And West Virginia making the right decisions as they come down the floor.
Something to be said for West Virginia in their approach. Nobody in double figures yet, but everybody who has played has scored. Mountaineers are being led by Javon Smalls, 9, 7 for Powell, 7 for DeVries, 5 for Yesufu. It's balanced.
Yes. And that's a tough combination to handle because you know that anybody can hurt you. West Virginia has done a tremendous job on Dinkins at this point.
Yeah, and you call that timeout if you're Coach Martin. They've turned it over 3 times in the last 2 minutes. You don't want this to snowball and give West Virginia the momentum. Lead is 14. West Virginia's largest lead, 15 points, when it was 25-10.
Frank Martin called that timeout, use it or lose it type of thing, so.
Yep. Diggins, knocked loose again. Powell's on it. And we'll find Yesufu. Hansberry, underneath, surrounded, rejected. Keeps it. Powell for 3. Oh, West Virginia.
What a shooter this young man is.
Curry all the way. Strong, DeVries with 20 seconds on the clock.
West Virginia can bleed it to the end here.
Field goal here, and the Coliseum erupts. Small with 10 on the clock. DeVries comes up to set the screen. Javon Small with 4. Puts it up. Rebound to UMass. And it's halftime here at the WVU Coliseum with West Virginia leading 45-28. The Mountaineers end the first half on an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes, while UMass goes cold from the field, 1 of their last 7. As West Virginia leads, Angelica Trinone joins head coach Darren DeVries for the Mountaineers.
Coach, first let's start with this. How do you like this energy in the Coliseum, and how are your guys feeding off that, especially on the offensive end?
Yeah, the crowd's giving us a great lift. You can tell our guys are feeding off that energy and enthusiasm. So we got to continue to play hard. Try to do it with a little less fouling, but I love the intensity we're playing with.
Whenever it comes to the defensive side of things, you force double-digit turnovers. You've got the steals. You've been able to make sure that Rasul Diggins has been only held to 2 points in this game. How do you keep that on the defensive end, keep up that pressure in the second half?
Yeah, we got to do a good job of coming out of the halftime again with that same energy we started the game with. Also, guys have done a great job of being locked into the scouting report and doing their jobs.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Andrew?
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Angelica. Halftime here as West Virginia has forced 12 turnovers, and they've got the 45-28 lead. Their largest lead of the game comes at the break.
All right, everyone.
Halftime here at the Coliseum. You're watching college basketball on ESPN+. WVU Coliseum. Andrew Caridi, Warren Baker with you. Bake, all West Virginia really at the end of that first half. More turnover forced, more rebounding advantage, better field goal position. Couldn't draw it up better if you're West Virginia.
West Virginia, and the way that they shared the ball, we saw that against Robert Morris, and they're doing the same thing again tonight.
Now, I understand that you played a college basketball game against UMass back in the day, right? Pretty special one for a reason.
Yes, it was. It was the very first game that I ever played. It was against UMass, and we ended up beating them there. But there's one thing that I wish had happened, and I didn't know it at the time. They had a guy the year before named Julius Irving. For those old enough to remember Dr. J, he was going to come into the Coliseum, but he elected to go pro. Probably good, because he probably would have embarrassed the heck out of us, and I wouldn't have wanted to be on his highlight reel.
Understandable. Speaking of highlights, let's get to the action in this game. We'll start with UMass. And it was Jalen Curry pulling a lot of the strings here for the Minutemen. A lot of dribble drive and a lot of pulling up and a lot of scoring for him. He was the driving force, and UMass needed it in a big way.
Well, he did, especially with West Virginia, holding down Diggins like they did. He does score a lot of times, but he was forced to score it, and he did.
Yeah, that's 12 assists against New Hampshire. He's doing the scoring today with 13 points and 5 of 8 shooting. For the Mountaineers, Toby Okani, a true 1 through 4, sometimes maybe even 5. Player on the defensive side, he's just so dynamic.
He is. He's long and he can post up. And what he doesn't rush shots inside like that. He takes his time and gets the defender off balance and then knocks it down.
Okani with 4 points, 2 rebounds. But again, this is a balanced effort by West Virginia. Only Powell is in double figures for the Mountaineers with 10 points. But it says a lot if you can spread the wealth and share the wealth. Every player who has played has scored and had their moment. So we summarize this game. West Virginia with a significant advantage on the field goals. They are 10% better than UMass, 45 to 35 in terms of efficiency. Have forced 12 turnovers on UMass and taking advantage of those turnovers as well, turning them into points. It's plus 11 in favor of the Mountaineers.
Yeah, and they've done a job on Rasul Diggins. Again, don't forget about a guy like that because he can get hot at any time, but West Virginia did a tremendous job on him in the first half, especially Buck Harris.
We are ready for half number 2. And before we get there, Angelica Trinone caught up with head coach Frank Martin for UMass to get his thoughts on what needs to be better in half number 2.
Well, I simply asked him, Coach, what was your message at the half? He looked at me and he said, our offense stinks. Everything that we said we were not going to do, we did tonight. He said we gave them 17 points off of our turnovers, and then whenever we had our chances at the other end, he said it was horrendous.
Thanks, Angelica. And Coach Martin, not exactly one of his words. So a message received. Hansberry called for the foul. Tied up there underneath the basket on the rebounding attempt.
But when it comes to loose ball fouls tonight, the West Virginia's been on the short end of those. I mean, they've had more calls go against them, when the ball has been out.
Free throws playing a role here. UMass 9 of 10, West Virginia 10 of 11 from the charity stripe. Hankins Sanford inside for Rivera. Got the mismatch there on Small and cashes in.
Rivera is very strong. He really is.
Dan Rivera, a transfer from Bryant.
Yeah, he gets down low like that, and he can really, really post it up.
And another giveaway by West Virginia. Second turnover in as many possessions. Rivera underneath. Abdul-Gawad traveled.
Yes, he did. West Virginia trapped him inside. You give a big guy a ball like that inside, and he's standing straight up. It's very tough to gather yourself.
Saw the pump the brakes hand signal there from Tucker DeVries to Javon Small. No need to rush. Mountaineers up 15. He's back into the second half. Sincere Harris has got 2 fouls, but he's out here to start. Half number 2. Hansberry for 3.
And that's what Amani Hansberry can do. And with him playing the 5 position, teams are going to have to come out and guard him. They can't allow him to stand out there and shoot.
Now West Virginia, comfortable to play anyway, but always comfortable to play 5 out, especially against UMass.
Yes,
Coach DeVries.
Get some of that height away from the basket.
Hankins Sanford, 12 on the shot clock. Curry will have to work with here. Through to Diggins. Quick release three. He can do it, and he does it.
Yep.
Diggins able to get his first field goal of the game.
Well, you knew you weren't going to keep him quiet the entire night. You just hope that he doesn't really go off right now.
Yep, 5 points for Diggins underneath. O'Connie, good pivot, and can't get the roll. Rivera. Diggins again. Don't let him get hot. Off the front of the rim. Abdul-Goad.
No box out that time.
And Mountaineers collided. And UMass, can't get the shot to fall, but O'Connie's going to be whistled for the foul underneath, knocking down Rivera.
Foul was whistled on Toby O'Connie.
Well, that's a physical foul. That's the type of foul that occasionally you don't mind seeing. He just wasn't going to allow that offensive rebound to go to the other team, but he picked up the foul in the process.
And that's 3 on O'Connie, who's in trouble for the rest of the game. So he'll go for a seat, replaced by Jonathan Powell. Diggins in. Hansberry almost got a piece of it. Curry matches up with Small. Diggins again, want to get him activated. Banked it in.
Oh, boy.
Did he call it?
Yeah. Well,
doesn't matter.
Good shooters figure out a way to get balls to go in.
48-36, West Virginia. DeVries wide open. Yep.
Frank Martin says, why would you allow somebody go get the guy?
DeVries with 10. His second three-pointer. 51-36, Mountaineers. UMass looking refreshed on the offensive side, and Rivera, the recipient.
Well, Curry with just a great play for a point guard.
Bake, UMass looking refreshed on the offensive side. Small kicked it. Harris, Powell. Oh, that was smooth. Short grabs his own rebound. Oh, nice find. Hansberry.
And again, Javon Small doing a tremendous job seeing the entire court.
And Rivera.
And he comes up gimpy.
Yep, with an ankle. Underneath the basket, the 16:35 mark. West Virginia 53, UMass 38. Came down awkwardly as he went to challenge Hansberry at the rim. Well, again, Bake, this has been a renewed UMass offense. They've outscored West Virginia 10-8 in this second half. Check out the give and go that time.
Yep. Again, Curry set that up nice, and Rivera read it. You can tell those guys work on that in practice.
Rivera, 9 points, 6 rebounds. Really tough miss here. He's kind of been the glue guy in this game.
Well, he has, especially with West Virginia doing such a job on Diggins.
We'll see and survey Rivera's status as the game goes on.
Well, you know, sometimes when you come down like that, it hurts initially,
yes,
but you kind of walk that thing off. Most of the time it's because you've come down on someone's foot. I didn't see what happened just now, but we'll see if he's able to go.
Why don't we check it out? That's exactly what happened.
Exactly what happened, yep.
Helps that his shoes are pink so you can see the twist in real time.
See the roll, huh?
Yes.
He's up trying to walk it off. I would not be a bit surprised to see him come back in there.
Oh, totally. Back to the action. Mountaineers lead. Have not trailed since it was 6-2 in all West Virginia since. Harris has 3 fouls, got to be careful. Powell almost with a takeaway. Shot clock at 3. Curry pulls up. No good.
He tried to draw a foul right there. Officials weren't having anything to do with that.
Yep. Small going to pull up. Oh, trying to give it to Hansberry in the giveaway.
Well, Hansberry thought he was going to shoot it.
Diggins fouled. He'll shoot 2. Javon Small had it read really well, but too much contact. And Diggins trying to get UMass going on the offensive side. Mountaineers 53, UMass 38 on ESPN+. Doesn't get any better than November. Football, basketball, and much, much more. Mountaineer football team takes on Cincinnati for a noon meeting in the Big 12 Conference. Second same time as Big 12 members. Number 16 West Virginia women's basketball plays game 2 of the season tomorrow against Niagara. How about soccer tournament coming to Dick Gillespie Soccer Stadium in Morgantown, West Virginia. The men are ranked number 10 in the country, and they will be the number 1 seed after capturing their first ever Sun Belt regular season championship. And of course, West Virginia finally returns home November 16th to take on Baylor. Final 2 games of the home slate for West Virginia football and head coach Neil Brown. Coming up, return to the action with West Virginia leading UMass 53-38 at the line. It is Diggins.
You know, I'm not going to be surprised to see UMass make a run at West Virginia here to say, I can feel that they probably will do that. That's where Javon Small and Tucker DeVries have to step in. They have that experience, and those guys can step in and really kind of settle things down.
Diggins missed the second free throw. Maybe should have been UMass's board, but it slipped away from Hankins Sanford. 15:40 to go. Second half. Mountaineers trying to go 2-0 under first-year head coach Darren DeVries. Screen from Andre, who's out here. Oh, nice move from DeVries. Foul on the way up. Oh, that was slick. He'll shoot 2.
It certainly was. Tucker says, I've got handles.
Yeah.
I'm just not an outside shooter. I can handle it a little bit.
Well, again, he was one of the only player, as a matter of fact, in college basketball last year. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 steals. First free throw from DeVries, so really elite company, a guy that can do it all. Dribbling's there, passing is there. He'll sling it.
Oh. Well, you know, he was with his dad at Drake. You could very easily have seen him in the Big 12 somewhere on a team last year, you know. But everybody's glad that he's here now.
DeVries with 2 assists in the game, by far the most comfortable in the new system. But Bake, we've seen some great passing from West Virginia. I would say extremely encouraging how quickly that the Mountaineers have adapted to this new system.
Yeah. Well, they've worked at it.
Yeah. Curry, free, strong, rebound, squirts loose. Oh, Harris fouled by Curry.
Yeah, that's one of the times when there was a foul and the official standing right there to call it.
And just an effort play there. Good to see neither of those guys comes up worse for wear. That was a low collision.
That's the second time Curry's tried to buy a foul and hasn't been rewarded anything.
Vic, just to that point about West Virginia being able to spread the ball, West Virginia with 11 assists to UMass's 5. Concerns that West Virginia really would be hemmed into a certain style from the UMass defense. But to that point, they've been able to play their game, it would seem.
They have,
outside of the first couple of possessions, what do you think?
West Virginia has matched everything on both ends of the floor.
Small found his way in, now trapped, and finds Andre. DeVries has 10 on the shot clock, but you like it in his hands. DeVries, Andre, no good. Too strong, potentially blocked.
Yeah.
And an alley-oop on the other end. 55-41. Muhammad.
Hey, they've got some guys that can rise with that size.
Andre Small, that's beautiful. And blocked at the rim. Muhammad on both sides. Big swing here. And it's there. Count the basket for Hankins Sanford, and it's a 12-point game.
Yeah, here comes that mini run. Well, and Darren DeVries sees that and calls a timeout. Very good timeout.
13:59 to go. West Virginia 55, UMass 43. Mountaineers, though. Well, Shahid Muhammad doing it on both sides for UMass as we welcome you back to the WVU Coliseum. Check this out. View on one end, taken away. The lead for West Virginia, cutting into it, and he stays active. The pin on Javon Small.
Those are the type of plays that can ignite a ball club. You see it at one end, and then it goes back to the other end, the same player. Everybody says, let's step up. Now, one thing here, Javon Small is not even on the bench. I saw him take his shoe off, so he has some type of issue going with his foot. Randy Nutter took him back in the hallway there, but he has not come back out. He's not on the, oh, there he is, yeah.
Yep. We're going to get that retaped.
Maybe he did, yeah, but I did see him walking off, so I didn't know exactly what's going on.
Well, keep an eye on that. Certainly your second most talented scorer when you look at averages. Proven Oklahoma State player last year. All Big 12 Conference performer who averaged 15. And we'll check his availability. So in the meantime, KJ Tenor, freshman, asked to play some big minutes here. And a 12-point lead for West Virginia. But the moment seemingly never too big for three and white.
No. And UMass has gone to a zone.
Foul. No good. And DeVries knocks the ball loose on the rebound attempt.
Yeah, first time we've seen any zone out of UMass. They certainly are going to find out what Tucker DeVries is, but I don't know how much zone you're going to see. But that time down, they were in a zone.
Think it's just a different look, or do you think they see something?
Well, they changed defenses after that timeout, so we'll see how long they stay with it because they are primarily a man-to-man team.
Sure. This is Jinge. Rivera is back out there after he twisted his ankle. As we expected, shot clock at 10. Harris knocks the ball loose for West Virginia. And DeVries stretch the floor. Sincere Harris through traffic. Tenor all the way. Beautiful.
This young man does not play like a freshman.
No. Is following Coach DeVries to Drake. Underneath, whistle and a foul called. And who do they get? Hansberry, I believe.
Amani Hansberry called for the personal.
Second foul on Hansberry. Let's check out that defense again, Bake, from UMass. What do they go into here?
That, I think they were still man that time. They had come back. I want to see them in a set. We'll see right now what they're going to do.
Worthy gets by Tenor for the bucket, 57-45 Mountaineers.
No, that was just one time down there, back to their straight man-to-man.
Noted. Yeah, Tenor originally signing to go to Drake with Coach DeVries, and obviously brings him to West Virginia when he takes this job. Asked Coach DeVries, was he under-recruited? Well, you hope so. Really didn't have any other offers at the Power 4 level. And a foul on the other end in the meantime. Maybe a diamond in the rough here for West Virginia.
Well, you know, he was Mr. Basketball in Tennessee. I have to believe it was because of size. There is no other reason why this guy, and you know, he's going to say and try to prove everybody wrong, hey, I can play at this level.
Yep.
And he has shown that early here in the year.
Scored 1,000 points in high school in just over 42
games.
Yep. Remarkable. DeVries gets the handoff. 12.5 to go, second half. DeVries, a bit of an ISO action here. Harris, Tenor for three. In and out. Hansberry, strong board. Put back. And he'll shoot two.
That's okay. Nice, strong move. Good rebound by Hansberry inside. Couldn't get it to drop, but that's what you like to see.
Muhammad picks up his third foul. And Shahid Muhammad, when he's on the floor, going to make things happen. Busy against New Hampshire. Had 4 points, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks, 4 fouls in 16 minutes. Not the whole game. In less than a half. First free throw missed by Hansberry. And Javon Small will return. Harris and DeVries to the bench. Connie and Small return. Hankins Sanford, the 6'8 junior.
Unless there's an injury or foul trouble, I can't believe that you'll see any time that at least DeVries or Small are not on the court.
Yep.
One of those two are going to be on the floor.
West Virginia by 13. Hankins Sanford. A risky handoff there for Curry. Leading scorer in the game for UMass. Threw it underneath. Worthy up over Okani. Follows his miss up and scores it. That's a tough bucket.
It was a tough bucket, but you know, he stuck with it. He missed that first time, was right there to get it and stick it back.
Coach Martin challenging his Minutemen offensively for the second half. They've outscored West Virginia 19-13 in half number 2. Hansberry can't answer.
Boy, nice look for Amani Hansberry.
Curry, Hankin Sanford. Set the screen here for Worthy after that tough putback a moment ago. Mismatch there, Small underneath.
Nice help from Hansberry.
Worthy, swiped at by Hansberry, and a foul called with 11:19 to go.
Oh, boy.
That'll take us to a media timeout. The Minutemen punching back here on ESPN. Spend less and stream more sports with a special offer from ESPN Plus. You can save $20 and get an annual subscription for the price of 9 months. All sorts of offers, all sorts of sports on ESPN Plus. Amani Hansberry is really the jack of all trades here for West Virginia. He's played a nice game, 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 of 9 shooting. Really having to play all sorts of positions for West Virginia and do a lot, frankly, Big.
Well, yeah, because he's at the 5 position most of the time, and he's going to be able to bring that defense up because of the way he shoots. Good pickup, nice transfer from Illinois for the Mountaineers.
We get back to the action after the media timeout. Curry threw it underneath. Hansberry got a piece of it. There he is.
Nice help defense.
Powell. Long 2, and that's off of a Minuteman. Stay with West Virginia. A lucky bounce.
Jonathan rushed that shot that time. He had a good look, but you know what? Still a freshman. He's got some things that he's going to work on. Getting that shot off the dribble.
Small. Looking for that O'Connor alley-oop taken away by UMass. Shot clock at 17. Center playing some big minutes still here for West Virginia. Near our halfway mark, half number 2.
Yep. UMass in a 1-3-1 zone right now. They've been switching it up, trying to get the Mountaineers off key.
Hansberry flicked it back to Small. Powell all the way. Contact, no call.
Wow.
And it'll belong to UMass.
I'm no official, but how was that not a foul? Let's see it. Maybe I can. Oh, my.
Well, you want to talk about consistency. That has been enough.
Most of the time when you make contact with the body, they will call the foul.
Yep.
And there was certainly contact. Not so much on the shot, blocking the shot, but the body.
Sure. We are correcting a clock issue here. 10:32 to go. Half number 2. West Virginia won their last 9 from the field, Bake. They have not scored a field goal in the last 2:42. Meanwhile, Minutemen for the last 5. So all West Virginia half number 1. And for UMass, they have enjoyed this second half, outscoring West Virginia 19-13.
Well, you know, teams are going to have runs. What you want to do is limit the runs.
Yes.
You know, don't give them a 10 to 12, make it a 6 or 8 point run and then come back.
Mountaineers led by as many as 18. Curry, who's got 13. Diggins. Rivera spins and slams.
Nothing wrong with that ankle.
Boy, he got up.
He elevated that time. And again, now making that run, 9-point game.
Big, you said it. Those are the type of plays that get the other team up. UMass bench loving it. DeVries, nice find. Hansberry too far underneath the basket. Diggins, big shot. No good.
Boy, he had a good look too.
And
West Virginia needs a good possession here.
1 for their last 10. That's a little force there. Tie up, whistle, and out of bounds was Hansberry. Foot was on the line. Let's see that dunk again.
O'Connor got switched off to the side there. Thought the pass was going to go. Rivera just decided, yeah, I'm going to go down the lane. I've got a wide open area. Well, you knew a Frank Martin team was not going to quit. The other thing about Frank Martin, too, his 3 top assistants have all been D1 coaches. So there's a wealth of experience from the coaching standpoint on that staff.
Curry got the step on Small. 3 too far. Oh, and Small aggravated that ankle again, but Hansberry goes all the way. And a blocking call will send Hansberry to the line to shoot 2. Just couldn't help notice Javon Small winced as he was delivering that outlet pass.
His second, team foul number 5.
In the meantime, Sincere Harris
At the line for the
has come back in for West Virginia to replace Powell.
Powell, yep. Well, West Virginia fortunate there because Hansberry was going full speed down. Sure, he was going to be able to control that ball to get a nice shot off. Fortunately, for him, he was fouled, but that was one that UMass would like to maybe have back because he was going full blast, and that's hard for a big guy to really, really get that thing up solid.
West Virginia needed those 2 points from Hansberry. That was a drought of 3 minutes plus for the Mountaineers without a point. Back up 11 in the Coliseum. Letting their support be heard. Trying to will West Virginia to a stop and get the momentum back. Largely has belonged to the Minutemen. Rivera. They're going through him. Hankins Sanford, big shot.
3-point shot.
And it's an 8-point game.
West Virginia gave up something that time, and Hankinson made him play. Boy.
DeVries, no room to breathe. Played hard there by Jinge. Backdoor cut, Small, and lost it. And it's UMass ball with 8:18 to go. Mountaineers have not had a field goal in 5 minutes. And Worthy replaces Curry.
Yeah. Curry's gonna get a blow for the stretch run.
Can't help but notice, Bake, that UMass is finding success letting its stronger players just get to the basket in one-on-one situations. Yep. Some nice handoffs here. Diggins, shot, short. Rebound DeVries. And then to Small. Hansberry on the baseline, space to operate here. Oh, do it himself. Can't finish. And a foul.
Oh, boy, on O'Connie.
O'Connie over the top, and that will be O'Connie's 4th. As we go to break,
West Virginia foul is number 5.
UMass inching closer and closer. Hankins Sanford with a triple. He's got 9. Number 10 ranked Mountaineer men's soccer squad are in the top seed for the Sun Belt Championship. They're hosting quarterfinal matches on Sunday at DDS. 3 p.m. Georgia Southern will take on the West Virginia Mountaineers, and then 7 o'clock Kentucky battles South Carolina. The postseason is here, and the Sun Belt Tournament is at DDS. The only way you can see the match if you can't make the game is to log on and watch the game on ESPN+.
Well, this is going to be a challenge for the Mountaineers.
Yes.
You have a new group of guys who really have played together. UMass has 7 guys back from last year. And, you know, they kind of know, and they've been some those situations. West Virginia is going to have to figure out that they need to be able to do this down the stretch in a tough situation.
The Mountaineers have to find their hand back offensively. They've shot just 23% in the second half. Swat there from Andre comes back to UMass. Jinge wants to take DeVries to the basket. Got him off his feet. Can't finish there. Rebound West Virginia. Andre dribbles away. We'll get some size inside. Will make it hard for UMass to take it to the basket. Oh, nice work from DeVries to keep it alive. Andre Small. That tested the vertical there for John.
Yes, there is.
And the ankle for that matter. 7 minutes to go. Mountaineers by 8. Shakes loose to Worthy. DeVries takes a 3. It's good. Needed that.
That's what your money players do.
Tucker DeVries with 15. That is his third three. Lead is back to 11 for West Virginia with 6:40 to go. Diggins takes Andre to the basket and is fouled. Well, look to your good players if you want to get the mojo back.
You know what? DeVries deserved the basket.
Yeah.
After hustling like he did to get the ball back, he deserved that, and then that's a money shot.
They get Andre for the foul. That's his first, and he's got obviously 4 more to give, or if you're Warren Baker, 3 more to give. Because you get 4 and then you're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Diggins at the line. First free throw is good. He's got 10 points now. And Angelica Trinone with more on the leading scorer on the season for UMass. Angelica?
Coach Martin said if you look at his career, the players who did successful were the guys who stayed with him. He said Rasul Diggins is one of those guys, but he looked for that whenever he was being recruited. He was a guy that they wanted to develop. He said he had every opportunity to leave this UMass program, maybe go seek some more money in the transfer portal. He said, Coach Martin, I'm going to stick with you because all I want is a chance to play point guard. Coach Martin said it was that Diggins believed in this team and believed in this program, and he hopes that they can show they believe in him, and that will be reciprocated in the form of success this season.
Oh, great note. Thank you.
There's that 1-3-1 zone that UMass is employing.
Yes. West Virginia's going to try and pick this lock here. Definitely a different look. Powell, quick release. No good. And West Virginia bailed to get back on defense. Let UMass get the board. Curry's back out there as he replaced Diggins. Hankins Sanford with 6 minutes to go. Worthy. Probed at by Tucker DeVries. With 10 on the shot clock, it finds Curry. And it's strong. And UMass grabs the offensive board. Rivera wants to go over Andre or around him. Put back, whistle, foul to send it West Virginia's direction. And Tucker DeVries leaves 2 Minutemen in his wake.
Yeah, Tucker says there is no way you're getting this rebound.
That is a hard-fought possession for the West Virginia defense. Feel like you got some decent looks there if you're UMass too.
Checking in for UMass, number 25, Abdel Goes.
I tell you what, Tucker is really exerting himself, and I'm not just meaning shooting.
Yes, yes.
On the defensive end, going for loose balls.
I'm gonna check him out. Hands on the knees. Tells the whole story,
Yeah,
right?
it does.
Both teams have struggled to score here.
And
UMass
staying in that zone.
UMass, one of their last 8. West Virginia, one of its last 10. The oop! And it got away from Okani, and it's tipped ahead by Hankins Sanford. Worthy a little bit behind him. Swatted by Andre. What a block by the 5 for West Virginia. And a Mountaineer player remains down. That's Sincere Harris underneath the basket. And is in a considerable amount of pain
Yes,
here.
he is. Did not see what happened.
Well, collision there between Andre Harris and the UMass player going to the basket. Will get a second look.
Well, he went into the standard pretty hard there. Yeah. Doc Metter looking at his knee.
West Virginia athletic trainer Randy Metter applying the tests to that left leg of Sincere Harris, West Virginia's best on-ball defender. Harris has 3 rebounds, 2 assists in this game, and is able to get up under his own power, but one of those questions, how much mobility do you have? We'll see it again, Big. Oh, and you know what it was? Andre came down on his leg.
Yeah.
And a big body.
On a thin man.
On a thin man, indeed.
Yeah, but, you know, the thing is, Buck Harris is as tough as they come, too, so.
Well, the gate looks okay.
Yeah.
His way back, right?
just like Rivera with the twisted ankle.
Yes.
Don't be surprised if you see Buck back out there.
5:15 to go, second half, and Harris will be escorted by West Virginia athletic trainer Randy Metter to the table. And KJ Tenner play some more big minutes here for West Virginia. Freshman from Memphis.
Yeah, the freshman that looks like a junior back on the court again.
5:15 to go. Mountaineers by 9. Will take a heck of an effort for UMass to come back in this one. But they've had their momentum spurts in this one.
Yeah, well.
Small. More zone for the Minutemen. DeVries with 10 on the shot clock. Small open. Make it. No good. O'Connie got up there for it.
Wow.
Oh, it's a deep one. No good from DeVries, and a hold underneath the basket by Abdelgawad.
How high was O'Connie on that rebound? Oh, yeah, that was certainly a hold.
And Abdelgawad holding Andre. That is the 7th team foul against the Minutemen, which will send Andre to the free throw line. 5th year of college basketball for Eduardo Andre. 5th season, 2 seasons at Fresno State, and then 2 as he makes the first one at Nebraska. This is his 101st career game. Mountaineers by 10 after his make. West Virginia from the line, 16 of 18 in this game. He got them both. Free throws
Yes,
huge.
he did. Big man being able to step up and knock him down. Yeah.
Well, time is running short here on the Minutemen. Curry, Abdelgawad. Andre got a piece of it. And West Virginia is over midcourt. DeVries, Tenner. Strong, DeVries the rebound. And they navigate away from trouble. Found O'Connie. Up, blocked, and a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
And the possession arrow is going to belong to UMass with 4:13 to go.
O'Connie was ready to go to the free throw line just now.
Well, no better look than this one. Credit to DeVries for extending the play for West Virginia. And
wow,
neither team had possession, really.
That should have been a no call, if anything. I mean,
65-54 West Virginia. Hosts by 11. Rivera to Jalen Curry. Russell Diggins takes 10 to the basket. Blocked by DeVries. Easy 2 here for Hankins Sanford. He'll cash in.
that ball gets battered around like that. You know, sooner or later it's going to find somebody's hands, and that time it was the open guy inside.
Small accelerates past Curry. And a foul on the ground against Curry. Small was inviting that contact. It's Javon Small to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 when we come back. 65-56 with 3 and change. Well, first half West Virginia, second half UMass, but time is running short on the visitors as the Mountaineers lead 65-56. Opportunities running out for UMass. Well, knew this one was going to be a battle. The next one, even more so. It's going to be a brawl as West Virginia takes on Pitt next week. The 191st edition of the Backyard Brawl happens next Friday, 7 o'clock in Pittsburgh. If your cable, satellite, or streaming service has ACC Network, you'll be able to watch the brawl on ACC Network Extra. Or you can go up to the game.
Yeah.
It's about an hour away, 70-some miles.
Well, and Pitt spanked the Mountaineers pretty good here last year. Maybe the Mountaineers can go to the Pete and get a little bit of revenge.
All right, defense going to be important here for West Virginia down the stretch. Angelica with an update on Sincere Harris. No worse for wear.
I was standing back behind the bench, Andrew, before that timeout. He was on the training table laying down. They were rubbing that left knee. Then he got up, jumped around a little bit, was doing some sprints in the hallway. He then went back to the bench. However, as soon as he got there, he turned around, kind of shook his head a bit. He got on the bike for about a minute, was pedaling away back there, and then just rejoined the bench right before that timeout.
Oh, tremendous. That's the contact injuries that hurt the most, but
that's right.
You can play.
Does not surprise me one bit to see him back on the court.
1-1 here for Small. First one good. 18 of West Virginia's 66 have come from the line. Second one no good. Mountaineers by 10, 3.5 to go. Curry to Rivera. And Rivera with 11 and 8. He's been a force in this game, and he scores there.
He's such a tough matchup when he gets down low.
Yep. Small over the timeline. West Virginia can get out of this situation, and Small gave it away.
Tucker DeVries, yeah, wanted a timeout. Official did not see him.
2:56 to go. Curry the screen. Rivera finds a spot again. Fouled by Hansberry. He'll shoot two.
West Virginia foul called to number 13, Monty Hansberry.
Just, yeah.
Wow. Well, Rivera is saying, listen, they're taking our main man away. I can do this. And he has really, really stepped up.
Correction, that's team foul number 8.
13 and 8 for Rivera, the senior from Puerto Rico. First free throw, no good.
Regardless of the outcome of the ball game, this is going to help UMass, because very seldom when you see somebody take diggings out of a ball game like West Virginia has been able to do.
Indeed. 66-59.
And a little full court pressure, full court man.
West Virginia's got to be careful here.
You've got to be aggressive on offense, come and meet every pass.
Sincere Harris over midcourt. Bleed the clock out here, Bake. Is that the approach?
Yep. You want to get a good shot. You don't want to take it down too far, but you can't just sit on it yet. It's still too early.
Eyes on the shot clock by Small. DeVries gets that set off the screen. Hansberry with 4 on the shot clock. Gonna go all the way himself. Nice footwork. And that's the shot that West Virginia wanted. Taking the clock down and getting the 2 points. And Coach Martin wants a timeout as Curry races over to his bench. 68-59, West Virginia, 2:08 to go. Big bucket from 13 and White. He's got 14 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, he just took his time inside. Little head fake. When you got shot blockers like that, give them a little head fake, get them off their feet, and then go up.
Yeah, great poise from Hansberry. Sophomore from Silver Spring. And as West Virginia will take a lot from this game, from the physical aspect of it, from the intensity. Mountaineers will have to be ready when conference play comes and Aachen. You check out that schedule, Bake. And,
just a cake schedule.
Right.
My goodness.
Well, you look at how many top 10 teams there are. Count them up, you got 6 of them in about a month and a half. And it starts, of course, at the Fog against the #1 team in the country, who probably is hanging out in the top 5 for a large majority. Newcomer Arizona with some big transfers over the offseason. Caleb Love to name. And then Houston and Iowa State.
Boy, how can anyone argue about this being the most difficult conference in there? I don't want to hear Big East. I don't want to hear ACC. I don't want to hear SEC. Don't give it to me.
Yeah, I think that one's been settled, right?
It has been settled.
Tucker DeVries, Darren DeVries, and the Mountaineers. looking for win number 2 on the season and to stay perfect at home.
Well, for West Virginia, being aggressive, go meet the ball, and know that you're going to have to knock down free throws.
Yep. Curry's got the inbound. And then Rivera. That's who the Minutemen want to find here. Curry, though, in double figures. Hank and Sanford, big three, no good. Tipped, DeVries, Mountaineer ball.
Good box out by Otani. Connie blocked out good. Tucker able to get the rebound.
West Virginia with a rebounding advantage, 33 to 32. Giveaway there by DeVries with 1:42 to go.
Massachusetts now playing a hair-on-fire defense. Got nothing to lose, getting those passing lanes, take some chances. If you foul, you foul, but you got to take some chances. They did that just now, and rewarded with the turnover.
68-59 West Virginia. This is a 3-possession game. Oh, nice crossover from Curry, left it short there. His own board, fouled. With 89 seconds left. Curry will have his second trip to the free throw line on this nice angle to see it.
Well, you want Curry to go to his right, but that time he got a quick step.
At the line for UMass, Jalen Curry.
Harris picks up his 3rd foul. Credit to him. He had 2 in the first half. No good.
Oh, this is huge for West Virginia. First of all, make sure you box out. And if he does make it, know that you're going to get some heat as you try to get the ball in.
And he missed it.
Boy, big misses.
Here's the pressure. Small. Got to get it up the floor here. Quick look at the clock. Ran into trouble. Didn't have an option. Against Sanford. In. 68-61. A 7-point game with 1:12 to go. Big Javon Small got it over midcourt and then quickly ran out of space.
Yeah, 3 guys around him, and he was right at midcourt, so you might as well have 4 guys.
Well, a full weekend of Mountaineer sports rolls on as the West Virginia women's basketball team welcomes the Purple Eagles of Niagara to the Coliseum tomorrow at 2 o'clock. That team will celebrate veterans on Military Appreciation Day and offer a special family deal for admission and concessions. If you can't make it to Morgantown, the only way you can see the game is to log on and watch the game on ESPN+. West Virginia women's the country and second-year head coach Mark Kellogg.
And that will be a trap meet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Both teams like to run. Both teams like to press. That's going to be an interesting ball game decision.
Niagara led the country in turnovers forced per game last year. You know who was second? West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah. All right, we'll get serious here. 68-61. Mountaineers have the ball.
Come meet every pass.
Yep. DeVries. Underneath the basket, got to get it going. 4 seconds to get it over. Found his man in O'Connie. And then to Harris.
Good job by Sincere.
1 minute to play.
O'Connie underneath. Hansberry. DeVries wisely holds the ball.
Good poise by the Mountaineers. Boy, and Frank Martin is hot. Shot clock down to 7.
Yeah.
And then you commit a foul.
Foul whistle.
That's exactly what you wanted to draw up there if you're West Virginia.
Yes.
Taking
West
time
Virginia,
off and getting free shots.
West Virginia taking their time. Once they got the ball across half court.
Substitution for UMass, checking in Marquis Worthy.
Worthy replaces Jingay. At the pause, Tucker DeVries, 15 points, 3 threes,
Tucker DeVries.
6 of 7 from the line. He's also got 8 rebounds. 1 and 1, first free throw good. And it ends up being the last guy he'd want at the line.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if you're West Virginia, you come back on defense. One thing, you don't want to foul a jump shooter. And secondly, make sure you box out.
Second free throw. Good. And it's a 9-point lead reestablished here for West Virginia, 48 seconds to go. UMass needs it quickly, and they need it now. Curry, guarded by Harris. Whistle and a foul on the ground will send him to the line with 37 seconds left. That's actually team foul number 10, so double bonus means 2 free throws. 4 on Harris.
I tell you, Curry's a crafty little point guard.
And just a sophomore, all-rookie team last season. He's going to run that league in the future. First shot, and they weren't paying attention. He gets 2. Yep.
Now here's the important box out that you need.
Yeah. Well, they were ready for anything.
Did the clock start? I don't know if the officials are going to go back and put more time on.
They have to correct that. It was at 37.
Yeah, they went back. It had gone down to 36 something, so they put another second back on.
Curry, short again. Okani, got to get it up. Poked loose, but it ends up falling to Harris. Underneath, Hansberry cherry picking. And he's fouled with 26 seconds to go. That might spell the end of UMass. West Virginia up 9.
So good to see West Virginia keep their poise. You got a bunch of guys that have just got together, but it's hard to do when you got an experienced, aggressive team like UMass.
Holding the Minutemen to 61 points for a team that led the A-10 in scoring in conference games last year. Under a Frank Martin tenure in its 3rd season, that philosophy has been established, but a lot of new faces on that team as well. Hansberry makes the first. West Virginia is 21 of 24 from the line. Tremendous. Taking advantage of its opportunities to extend its lead. And it's back to double figures at 10. Hansberry made them both. And he's had a great game with 16 points, 6 rebounds.
Token pressure, make him work a little bit to bring that ball up, eat some clock.
Curry, 19 seconds. Diggins wants to shoot it here. He does. It's good.
Wow.
16 seconds to go, 72-64. It's an 8-point game.
Timeout.
Diggins is going to light some people up over the year.
Diggins, 14 points. That's his 3rd 3. And a timeout called on the floor.
He doesn't have to have a ton of space. A little step back.
UMass wanted that timeout immediately after the make. Russell Diggins, 14 points. See a stat line there. Didn't get going in the first half bake. Did not have a field goal.
Well, West Virginia, even though he hit that shot and he's got a few points here in the second half, they have done a tremendous job on him. Buck Harris, Tanner, they've had to. Javon Small's been on him. Whoever's been on him has been locked on the guy, and that's what you have to do.
Yeah, when you're dealing with talented players, if you limit them, that is the least you can ask for, right?
Sure. Rivera and Curry have stepped up big time for them, but it doesn't appear that it's going to be enough.
All right, big inbound coming. Harris fouled, 14.8 on the clock. He'll shoot 2. Sincere Harris will make his first trip to the line.
Foul is called on Jalen Curry. That's his
So
fifth.
Sincere Harris has not shot a free throw this game. AJ Tenner will enter the game for the Mountaineers.
Now Curry has fouled out. That young man played a nice ball game for UMass tonight.
So Curry, best ball handler at point guard, is finished. First free throw is good from Sincere Harris. 73-64. And Harris misses the second. 12 seconds to go. Diggins Got a lane right to the basket and will lay it up with 8.5 to go. 73-64. Small, 6 seconds to go, and they're going to foul him. And this one is already decided.
It is.
At the same time, chance for West Virginia to learn there. Small, obviously, the teaching moment there.
And a lot of people would say, well, why foul just now? Frank Martin has that attitude. He's never going to give up. Nope. You know, you've got to work for every little thing that you get.
Well, Big, what do we learn from this game for West Virginia, and what do we learn from UMass?
Well, for West Virginia, you learn poise. You know, you get some adversity down the stretch of a ball game. Can you hold together? And UMass, I said embrace the environment, which I think they did.
2 seconds to go. One last shot from Diggins. It's good.
Wow.
4/10 left. Last basket to UMass, but the win to West Virginia. 75-69, a West Virginia win. And Darren DeVries and his Mountaineers are 2-0 on the season. Great performance from West Virginia and a balanced scoring effort. 4 players in double figures. Javon Small, 12. Tucker DeVries leads the way with 17. Powell, 10. And Amani Hansberry. A tremendous performance at 16 points, 6 rebounds. West Virginia did not blink in a physical battle.
No, they did not. And UMass is not a Big 12 team, but I'll tell you what, this was a good contest for West Virginia.
West Virginia shoots just 37%, but they hit 8 threes and were 25 of 29 from the free throw line. They win the rebounding battle 36-34, and the turnover battle as well. They forced 15 from the opponents. For Warren Baker and Angelica Trinone, I'm Andrew Caridi saying so long from the WVU Coliseum. All productions are archived and aired on ESPN+.